Hi, Scorpio. This is an interesting month, you all. For Scorpio specifically, there's some really cool key moments here, and in some ways, I feel like this is a month that is going to leverage your specific type of magic, transformational, intuitive magic, in a really cool way. Um, you have some things going on. What's interesting is, especially if you're a Scorpio rising, Gemini season is your eighth house, right? It's eighth house energy, and so already eighth house is the house of transformation. We're in that energy for you. It's already highlighting that. That's the relationship you have with Gemini, right? Yeah, so you have you have that going on. We have this big grand water trine talking away with each other, especially near the beginning of the month. There's lots of aspecting there. So we have Jupiter in your sign, Scorpio. We have Venus in Cancer, and we have Neptune in Pisces. Really beautiful water trine. And one of the things that I'm noticing is, solstice season is a really important time, right? We are moving from your 8th house in Gemini to your 9th house in Cancer as the sun moves. And as we're hitting into the solstice time, this is a good time to check in with how you want to leverage the last 5 or so months of Jupiter in your sign. I know it's been intense, and we're halfway through at this point, that whole ride, and it's important to feel through that. Feel through what you want out of the last part of this month, because Jupiter will be going direct, and you'll have a few more months in with that energy helping you along, right? That expansive energy. So that's going to be a big thing for you. There's other things going on too. We have a new moon in Gemini in your 8th house of death and transformation, along with the Venus moving into Leo that same day. And, Leo's an interesting one for you because this is your reputation in the world, how you're putting yourself out there in the world, how you appear to others. It's very strong energy for that. What else do we have going on? We have Cancer season, your 9th house, right? The expansion, where you want to take your journey next. We have one of your co-ruling planets. Of course, Pluto is now associated with Scorpio, but Mars has been in Aquarius for a little while and is going to go retrograde on the 26th. 26th of June. One of your ruling planets, Mars, is going retrograde in Aquarius, which is your 4th house of your home and your family. That's another reassessment energy, right? When we have Mars going retrograde, we're all slowing down. We are not doing the initiative, getting into the bull ring kind of stuff or the arena, or however you want to, it's very warlike, right? Mars is the warlike energy. When he's taking a break, we're all taking a break. So it's a lot of assessment energy, plus a full moon in Capricorn. Your 3rd house, right? Where you are, how you're communicating, all these things. So you've got a lot going on. But like I said, there's a lot of honorary energy here that I think for you helps you utilize that kind of transformational energy in a really brilliant way. So let's get into the cards. I was shuffling away and putting them out. I'm just going to turn them over now. This is a very sensitive month. It's a very intense month. And wow, you guys, the intuition is strong. I had a note for you. Get real with your goals. Meetups are strong and transformation is stronger. That was the note. And now that I'm looking at the cards, this month is really going, you guys have a way of feeling through things to get your intuitive information. And I know we talked last month about how the Scorpio journey a lot of times in your youth is about shutting down your natural way of using your intuitive gifts. And you're taught to not trust it. You are taught to put it away, put it in a box under your bed. And then, as you grow and you change in life, you realize how much you need it and you want it back. And sometimes it's a little hard to trust through yourself. This month is going to be a great month to trust yourself through this process, to trust yourself through this growth. And there's going to be a lot of elements here that are going to support you in using that so that you can feel your alignment again. And let's look at the cards. This is really powerful, you guys. as usual, every time I talk with Scorpio, I should know by now that it's going to be deep, it's going to be profound, it's going to be intuitive, it is going to be about transformation. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but talked a little bit about this. I'm a Sagittarius rising with a Leo sun, but I have a Leo, Mercury and Mars, and Sun, Mercury, and Mars are all in Leo. But the way my house placements hit, even with a Sag rising, they hit in my 8th house. So I live a lot of my life through 8th house energy. A lot of my identity is connected with 8th house energy, and so I get it to some extent. I'm with you on this journey. Let's just say that. Okay, let's look at these cards. So the first 4 cards, that I did an 8-card spread here. And then we're going to pull a 9th card from my Cosmic Tarot here when we get to the end of these first 8 cards. So I don't know what that card will be yet. But the first 4 cards are about the bigger process of work here, the bigger process at play, where this month is trying to take you and change you and grow and all of that beautiful stuff. The second 4 cards are about ways to utilize that magic in the real world and good things to look out for and possibly good points of contact, right? And then the final card is just the final message that we'll be doing. So we're trying something a little different this month just to see what's going on. So first 4 cards. 5 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Death. All right. All right. All the elements hanging out. We don't have any air though, but okay. 5 of Cups showing right up. Invitation, doorway. Invitation and doorway. Yeah, that's strong here. 5 of Cups, yes, this is grief. This is grieving something. Like I was saying, sometimes this grief can show up when we have put a part of ourselves away in a box in the back of the closet and we felt we couldn't bring it back out. I feel that for you guys this month. A reincorporation of something that maybe you felt you had to put away on the top shelf and forget about. A forgiveness of how you treated yourself in the past. A forgiveness, the lack of judgment on all those different iterations of yourself. That is what I feel when I see this energy for you guys specifically this month. You guys are hard on yourselves. You have high standards. All or nothing. And that means you are relentless with yourselves. All the versions of yourself, any point in your life. So the invitation here is to give yourself some grace, right? We are hitting up on that full, or that new moon in your 8th house energy, this communicative Gemini energy for you, and you slow down in a new moon, right? You plant some new seeds, and some of those ghosts of past, seasons past, could come and meet you. You know how to navigate that, though. Just know that the invitation is to release and forgive. And not other people, not other drama. Forgive yourself. Because the bigger invitation, it's so much bigger. It's just so much bigger. Like, really, truly, look at that. You have a spark ignited, an invitation for something new. If you haven't forgiven something from your past, you're not making space for this kind of passionate new beginning. It's going to be a passion project. It's going to be an opportunity to meet up with somebody. It can be a new relationship. It can be sparking the passion ignition, right? Pages bring in a fresh infusion of energy. That's the plus side to being in your transformational zone, is it's like you are always, the waves always keep coming. There's always a new wave. There's always a new lapping onto the shore. And for you, you have a big one, because you have the Page of Wands here heralding in some kind of new bonfire, sparking something new, and Ace of Pentacles, infusion of some kind of value. Some kind of real world, material manifestation for you. There's support there. There's support for you moving forward. And sometimes I think, the 5 of Cups and the self-forgiveness and this assessment, doorway, portal, invitation energy. This is a grief card, and it's also a healing card. That gets sparked when we are getting an infusion of newness, because you've got to kind of check in on those tender points, right? It's kind of like looking back over your shoulder before you head off into all this wealth and richness. You know, you guys, we always have to decide that we are worthy of what we are being given next. Otherwise, you know, it's the potential to sabotage it, or to have a knee-jerk reaction to keep ourselves safe in what is known, right? And I think you guys sometimes do that because you feel so deeply. You have a lot of protective mechanisms. You've got a lot of protective mechanisms. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But you're showing up in your own reading, you know, and like I said, this month is interesting. I feel like Gemini season is such an interesting time for Scorpios because it mirrors back all this stuff, and we just have things going on with Mars, we have things going on with Gemini, we have things going on with, you know, Neptune is going retrograde in Pisces as well this month, which when Neptune does that, what that kind of does is it takes away a little bit of the fantastical nature of things and helps us kind of see with a little bit actually more clarity. So sometimes that retrograde can be really helpful. So you've got all these things going on helping you utilize your natural transformational way. You know, like I said, this is the thing that a lot of times Scorpios have been taught to put away. The very thing that makes you guys Scorpios is the thing you're often told to put away and keep out of sight. And what this card is telling me and what the energy is telling me here is that your ability to get into this mode, into this modality, just get into that flowing mode is where it's going to feel a lot easier. Trust yourself. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's the biggest takeaway when society tells you to put away what you feel through. You stop trusting yourself, because if you shut down one part of your intuitive and physical and spiritual and mental body, you shut down everything. I mean, it's one of those things where our systems just work holistically. So it's hard to trust yourself when you've closed down your system, right? So this is just a reminder. Trust yourself, trust this process, because you've got something good coming in here and it doesn't need to be sabotaged. Okay, and it continues. You have a lot of fire energy and a lot of water energy this month. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, because we have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the High Priestess, and the King of Wands. See what I'm saying? I mean, this is great energy, you guys, but there's an interesting dynamic. It's a very dynamic month for you guys. You kind of plumbing the depths and rising up to this bright, brilliant, intense fire. I mean, that's really what is going on. And we keep getting references back to you trusting your system. That's why we have Death and the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess. They're all showing up. That's a triple hitter right there. Speaking of the Grand Water Train doing its thing, that is speaking to you very strongly. You are not going to get success and results from just the day-to-day forging forward and just getting it done, which I know you guys are super capable of doing. Like, you will just warrior through things because you have to. That isn't, you want to use your magic this month. You're going to want to use your magic this month, because the Queen of Cups, this intuitive energy, and this is very romantic. It's very sweet. It's very connected, heart connected. So romance is strong, because with these two, I mean, this is passion connections, right? This is very deeply lighting something on fire and having it illuminated. I mean, this is sparking some passion. Passion. I know you guys love some good passion. So for those of you who are single and looking to meet somebody, this is kind of the energy you want. Now, be a little bit aware that if you are inviting in fire energy is a little hard on Scorpio. So you're going to want to make sure that you are being gentle with yourself within this. I speak from experience. You guys are tough and you're not. But Ace of Wands is great in general, right? I mean, this is good no matter what your sign, what your chart, because Ace of Wands is about lighting something up. It's about a new doorway, a new opportunity. And Wands energy is very much about the actions we take to implement them. So this is about passion projects. This is about stuff that connects with your soul. and not just what needs to get done on the practical level. I mean, I'll be honest, this month, you do have the Ace of Pentacles, so that's a great thing, because you want that. That is practical. That's a practical infusion for you. But a lot of the energies coming in this month, it's not about the practical day-to-day. It is about getting real with what you're really feeling and how you want to implement it. And sometimes it's just not about practical, just getting things done to get things done. But that you do have two aces. You have new beginnings coming in. I said connections were going to be strong this month. I think they're going to be very strong for Scorpio. I think you will be connecting very deeply with people, having very profound conversations. And these things are going to come to you through your intuitive, natural way. So relax. And the aces will meet you, right? This is already something that you were born with. This way of being is something you're born with. So you can get back to this relatively easily. Now, the last two cards here, we have the High Priestess and the King of Wands. Now, this is an interesting combo, and that's why I'm saying fire energy can be hard on Scorpios. It can be really hard on Scorpios. We do have Mars going retrograde, and actually King of Wands to me reminds me of Mars in some ways, because it's that stubborn energy of, I will do this. I will forge forward. I will make this happen, right? King of Wands can come across like that, very stubborn, very focused, very, very much, this is the right way. Something to look out for. When King of Wands shows up, this is passionate, this is directed, this is focused, this is envisioned, this is very fatherly energy, this is very like creative, sparking energy, but it tends to be stubborn, tends to think that they have the right answer. So you may be having some head-to-head conversations with people who are very stubborn, right? But next to the High Priestess like this, we're also still looking at this intuitive process. A gateway keeps coming up for me. Gateway. High Priestess for me, she's the door woman of the material and the physical. She fuses the two. She's an alchemist in spirit level. People don't normally associate her with alchemy, but she is. She's a balancer. She is the reminder that we are both all the time, all at once. She's the reminder that time collapses in on itself. She is the reminder that everything is as we create it, right? So she gets, in some ways, the High Priestess gets it so much more than the King of Wands. As a fire sign, I don't want to have to admit that, but it's true. She lives in that holographic universe. She lives in the vibrational universe, whereas the King of Wands lives in the here and now, like, we're going to get this done. That's why it's an interesting combination, and why there's a bit of a face-off between these two. I don't know if it's that you are facing off with somebody who's bringing out this passion, but then also triggering some really deep emotional things for you, and maybe even asking you to like go in there and do some root work. Or if it's just that you are using both of these lenses. I think a lot of you do have to kind of switch between the two lenses, and that's kind of its own acrobatic act. You have supportive energy here, though. Quite honestly, the energies are great. Having two aces in a reading, having Death, Queen of Cups, and a High Priestess in a Scorpio reading is really good. I mean, that's really good, because that means that you are able to be in the world the way that you are, and people are responding well to that. People are responding well to who and what you are. They want to create some fires with you. I just want to remind you, oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. I was pulling the last card for my Cosmic Tarot and Death came up again. I hadn't looked, it was just sitting here. I just looked down and saw it. Yeah. People love you for you in your way. It's tempting to be a chameleon. You guys are pretty good at being chameleons, actually, and kind of gauging a situation and then playing the role that will work for it. And you get kind of addicted to doing that a little bit because you learned to do it young. This is just a little reminder that if you have fire signs or whoever, or a lot of water signs as well around you, whoever's coming around you, they like you for you in your way. So be you this month. Just notice when you want to write something that you think it's what somebody, like, you think you're facilitating the situation, Don't facilitate it. This is a secret about you guys, because I think people don't really see you this way, but you are very chameleon-like. You can change skins. Like, it's fascinating to watch you guys. You are very multifaceted. People I don't think always know what they're dealing with. But you're showing up twice in your reading. So that tells me that your power really is in the owning of your space, the owning of your energy. Yeah. Okay. That's the final word on that. My goodness. Also, remember, be easier on yourself. People love you. Be easier on yourself. Forgive your younger selves. Forgive the self that put part of your soul on the top shelf. You were doing it to survive. You work with the information you have in the moment, and it's okay. Check me out on Instagram. I would love to connect with you guys. I love when you join me over there at the SARAHTAROT. Also, I'll leave my website and my email because I do private readings, and I love working with Scorpio energy. We have an amazing time. We laugh, we cry, we get very real. It's such a privilege. I'm sitting here with Jill Sam's beautiful artwork. She's got her Gemini painting here. And I will leave her Instagram and website below as well. Please get in touch with her. She is just amazing. I'm always, I'm wearing PinkLune. I'm wearing these amazing stalactites today that I can't get enough of. They are just eye-catching. And she only has a couple pairs of these, I believe. So check that out, 15% off. I'll leave her Etsy store and all the information you need for her to connect. I love you guys so much. I love doing these readings with you. I always sit down and as soon as I get into this energy, I remember how much fun I have with it. So I will see you guys in July for more fun. Always an interesting road. Remember to check in too with where you want to take that Jupiter energy for the next 5 months. I will talk to you guys very, very soon, and that's it.